Picture this. Me, a seasoned traveler through the labyrinth of human experience, sipping on a peaty scotch, eyes reflecting the fires of long-lost civilizations. In the muted hush of my den, the specter of Terence McKenna, that brave psychonaut, dances. He isn't just some conjured specter. He's a symbol of our reckless romance with the mysterious, the mind-bending, the absolute kaleidoscope of existential revelation. Listen well. We're about to dive deep into a rabbit hole that is both ancient and futuristic. First stop, the land of the I Ching, an artifact as timeless as the universe itself, born from the mystical womb of the East over 3,000 years ago. Divination, my friends, began with this. Oracle bones, ancient wisdom carved into the skeletal memory of the earth. Archaeologists dig them up, trembling at the veiled secrets of a time when mankind first reached out to the universe, trembling hands sketching cryptic echoes of the future. Bare bones of yesteryears lay the foundation for the I Ching, a text like none other. Yin and Yang, baby, the cosmic tango of life. The unbroken line of Yang, the masculine force, solid as a mountain, fiery as a comet. Then the fragmented line of Yin, the feminine essence, gentle as the morning breeze, deep as the midnight ocean. We're not talking anatomy here, no sir. This ain't biology class, it's the grand canvas of existence. The mouth drawing breath in is Yin. The hand casting a stone is Yang. This cosmic dance of opening and closing, drawing in and pushing out, is etched into every fiber of our existence. Our very heart beats to this rhythm. Yin and Yang, the dance of life. Don't get me started on the East. Those cats had it figured out ages ago. The I Ching, flowing like a river into the vast ocean of Taoism, Tai Chi, and a plethora of Eastern philosophies. It's all about patterns, you see. A cosmic jigsaw puzzle. Each piece a unique pattern of Yin and Yang. But there's a limit, right? There's only so many patterns before you've exhausted all combinations. So what then? What's the nature of change? What if you've spun the cosmic wheel to its last number? Therein lies the magic. The I Ching, or the Book of Changes as it's called, isn't a static roadmap. It's a dynamic river, flowing, twisting, turning. The real deal is in how you divine. Coins, bones, whatever your tool of trade, it's about engaging with the universe, letting the cosmic dice roll. Now, I've dabbled in this ancient art myself, and let me tell you, it's like catching a glimpse of the secret architecture of reality. It's a rush, like a drop of divine insight, melting on your tongue. Ancient wisdom isn't a bunch of old guys rambling. It's survival, predicting the tide, knowing when to harvest, when to hunker down. It's about echoes of a civilization's past, rippling through the fog of time. They didn't have weather apps. They had the universe. And that's a damn sight more reliable. All right, folks, gather around cause we're diving straight into the rabbit hole, tracing back to the I Ching, a gizmo from an era when wisdom was about tracking the turn of the tide and the rise of the sun. Because knowing when your crops might drown wasn't just trivia, it was a damn lifeline. But what I'm really rambling about isn't the oracle bones or the divination magic. It's the framework they spawned, one that interprets the universal rhythm, that cosmic jig. To them, we're the ones out of step, the ones missing the celestial metronome. And what if they're right? What if life isn't a wild, chaotic symphony, but an intricately composed dance set to a steady beat of change? Now, let's switch gears. We've laid the groundwork. Let's bring in the heavy hitters. Alfred Whitehead and his philosophical prowess. And of course, McKenna's own eschatological conclusions. So brace yourself, because we're about to dive deeper into the wild, wonderful, mind-bending world of time, consciousness, and the apocalyptic dance of existence. To me, that's a heck of an idea, wild as it may seem. Imagine if the only thing not changing in this universe is the process of change itself. Now how's that for a mind-bender? Suddenly you're not just trying to paddle against the current anymore. You're learning the rhythm, catching the flow. That's the essence of Taoism, of the I Ching, of life itself. It's the damned dance. Now toss your coins, roll your bones, call on the ancients if you want to. You're diving into that deep and swirling river of wisdom, looking for a glimmer of the universal rhythm, the pattern of change. And once you glimpse it, well, the world might just look a little different. Remember, the I Ching isn't just a fortune-teller's toy. It's an echo of a time when man, nature, and the divine danced to the same cosmic beat. To the shamans, to the ancients, the waters weren't just wet. They were sacred, part of the same spiritual fabric we're woven from. Pollute them, and you pollute us all. That's where we stumble, you see. We lost that connection, that bond with the great dance of life. We think we're different, separate, but we're not. We're all just dancers in the cosmic ballet. tracing the ancient steps etched into the fabric of existence. From the dawn of civilization, the I Ching has been there, enduring its own transformations, reshaping, adapting, evolving. It's a testament to the power of change, to the constancy of transformation. Just like that famous Tai Chi symbol, the yin and yang, a visual mantra whispering the truth of existence. Everything is in flux, and the only constant is change. And so, we find ourselves tracing the footprints of ancient rulers and sages, the architects of this divine dance. Their dreams, their visions, their spiritual encounters, all were translated into a language we can understand. A language of patterns, of rhythms, of change. That's what the I Ching is, at its heart. It's a roadmap to the cosmic dance floor. Now you'll hear scholars debating the origins and validity of the I Ching, scrutinizing its roots, questioning its supernatural ties. They've dissected its divinatory properties. But remember, my friends, the essence of this ancient wisdom isn't found in the debates of academia, but in the rhythm of life itself. We're moving from divination to poetry, from ancient philosophy to modern science, from fortune-telling to the quest for enlightenment. This ain't your garden variety trip, folks. We're venturing into the heart of the I Ching, the Book of Changes. This ain't some mundane peek into the future. No, we're delving into the fabric of reality itself. So as we explore the philosophical arteries of Taoism and Confucianism, don't lose sight of their shared heartbeat, the I Ching. It's the pulse of ancient wisdom, the rhythm of the cosmic dance, the song of change that resonates across the ages. And what they often gloss over is the transformative power of this ancient oracle. This ain't no tarot deck, no crystal ball into the future. The I Ching doesn't just predict, it teaches. It ain't there to tell you the winning lottery numbers. It's there to teach you about the cycles of change, the rhythm of existence. Hold on to that tune, my friends, because in this chaotic world, it's a melody you might just need. Consider this. The I Ching is not a future-telling tool in the traditional sense. It's a philosophical guide, a character-building compass. It teaches you about the cyclical nature of life, about the eternal dance of yin and yang. It's not about predicting when you're gonna kick the bucket, but about making you comprehend the bigger picture. If you strip away the jargon, the scholarly debates, what you find at the core of the I Ching is the simple, timeless wisdom of know thyself. You see, the I Ching ain't about predicting the future. It's about understanding the self, recognizing the patterns of change in your own life, becoming attuned to the rhythm of the universe. Take a step back to ancient Greece, where the philosopher Heraclitus famously said, "All is flux." The I Ching, in its mystical, cryptic way, is teaching us the same lesson. Life is change, life is flux. And the key to enlightenment, to understanding the world around us, is to become one with this flux, to flow with it rather than resist it. Now, when Westerners rediscovered the I Ching in the 17th and 18th centuries, they saw it as a fortune-telling tool. They were obsessed with finding gold, with striking it rich. They missed the point entirely. They were so focused on the leaves, they missed the roots. They wanted specifics, exact predictions, but the I Ching ain't about that. It's about understanding the underlying currents of life, the cosmic forces that shape our destinies. Even the world of spirits ain't about specifics. Talk to a shaman, participate in a pagan ritual, and you'll find that the spirits don't deal in specifics. They deal in generalities, in underlying truths. They're focused on the roots, not the leaves. The I Ching is similar. It doesn't tell you exactly what's going to happen. It tells you about the fundamental processes shaping your destiny. Life is a dance of dualities, of ebb and flow. We've got light and dark, good and evil, love and hate, heat and cold. These dualities are in constant flux. Sometimes we're in a good place, other times, not so much. Sometimes we see clearly, other times we're shrouded in confusion. The I Ching helps us navigate this ebb and flow, this constant dance of change. Even modern science grapples with these dualities, matter and antimatter, positive and negative charges, protons and electrons. They all reflect the dance of yin and yang. But here's a mind-bender for you. What if there's no such thing as randomness or probability? What if everything, right down to the toss of the I Ching coins, is determined by some cosmic order? What if free will is just an illusion and everything is governed by fate? Now that's a can of worms worth opening. But what we're looking at ain't simple. It ain't straightforward. It ain't easy to comprehend. It's the I Ching. It's destiny. It's the crazy, loony notion of randomness. But remember, nothing's random. It's all you. You're the engine, the spark, the fuel that makes the I Ching work. When you toss the coins, when you sift through the I Ching, you're not merely tapping into some divine oracle. You're plunging headfirst into your own self. You're challenging the idea of fate and destiny by accepting that you are the determiner of your own course. The I Ching ain't revealing the future. It's unveiling you. It ain't about a cosmic order imposed upon you. It's about you. You and your relationship with the universe. Now let's take a detour here, folks. You ever heard of a fellow by the name of Terence McKenna? Quite a character, I'll tell you. McKenna and his brother Dennis, they took a trip to the rainforest. Dabbled with a little something, a little sacred medicine, if you catch my drift. And boy, did they come back with some tales. You see, they stumbled upon the I Ching and discovered a wild idea, the TimeWave theory. This is some heavy stuff, folks. They took the hexagrams of the I Ching, flipped them, turned them, messed around with them. And guess what? They found a pattern. Not all pairs fit together perfectly. Some created differences, created waves. This, my friends, this is the TimeWave. It's not just a graph. It's not just a bunch of numbers and lines. It's a window into the soul of the universe. It's a peek into the dance of yin and yang. Now, what does this TimeWave mean? That's the million-dollar question, ain't it? McKenna had an answer. Novelty. He wasn't talking about novelty in the sense of cheap plastic toys. No, sir. He was talking about groundbreaking change, unexpected shifts, monumental upheavals. When our ancestors first picked up a tool, when they first sparked a fire, when they painted on the walls of a cave, that was novelty. When the internet came along and turned our world upside down, that was novelty. Novelty is the universe throwing a curveball, shaking things up, saying, hey, you thought you knew the score? Think again. But here's where it gets interesting. The TimeWave. It ain't just about novelty. It's about stability, too. It's about the quiet moments, the calm before the storm, the periods of peace before the universe decides to throw another curveball. We're stuck in a constant dance between novelty and stability, between the yin and the yang. It's not just about finding balance, it's about riding the wave, flowing with the rhythm of the universe. It's not about resisting change or clinging to stability. It's about embracing the flux, celebrating the dance. Now I want you to remember a name, Alfred Whitehead. Mathematician, philosopher, visionary. This guy was onto something. He moved from the black and white world of mathematics to the murky, complicated world of philosophy and metaphysics. He started talking about processes, about the idea that everything in the universe is a result of processes. Materialism, physicality. Nah, those are just distractions. What's really going on is a cosmic dance of processes, a symphony of change and stability, novelty and predictability. It's not about the pieces on the chessboard, it's about the moves they make, the dance they perform. So what's the big picture here? It's this. There's no randomness. There's no divine hand rolling the dice. It's all you. It's all processes. It's all about the dance of novelty and stability. And the sooner we accept this, the sooner we stop resisting the flow, the sooner we can start riding the wave, the sooner we can join the cosmic dance. But the dance, my friends, isn't as straightforward as it seems. It's not just about moving to the rhythm of the universe. It's about introducing your own steps into the mix. And here's where we venture into the territory of the masterful madman, Alfred Whitehead. Creativity is the principle of novelty. Let's ponder on that for a moment. His words may read like the ramblings of a mad prophet, but the truth, my friends, is far more profound. So strap in, and let's chew on this. Creativity is not just a series of choices we make. It's a process, a way of interacting with the world. It's how we introduce novelty, how we conjure up the new, the unexplored, the daring. It's about interjecting our own unique rhythm into the cosmic dance. And isn't that what life, what this grand cosmic dance is all about? But wait, there's more. Whitehead isn't just talking about novelty here. He's talking about conjunction, about disjunction, about the process of concretion. And you know who else talks about concretion? Our good old friend, Terence McKenna. And where's he getting this from? Whitehead, that's where. But what is concretion? Well, it's about bringing things together, about creating harmony, about seeing the patterns where others see chaos. It's about the process of creation, the process of discovery. Remember the old philosophical debate about who invented calculus, Leibniz or Newton? Or was it even invented at all? Perhaps it was discovered. Perhaps it was always there, waiting in the ether for some brilliant mind to stumble upon it. And that, my friends, is the crux of the matter. Nothing is new. It's all there, waiting for us to observe it, to discover it, to understand it. Quantum particles, interdimensional realities, the mysteries of time and space. They're all there, dancing in the dark, waiting for the spotlight of our awareness to illuminate them. And that brings us back to McKenna and his TimeWave theory. He said history is the shockwave of eschatology. A big statement indeed. Something at the end of time is casting a shadow over us, pulling us towards it. All our wars, our philosophies, our civilizations, they're all just ripples in the grand tapestry of time. But here's the rub. How do we measure this time wave? Where do we set the 0 point? Is it the invention of the atomic bomb, the splitting of the atom? Or is it when we first used it, unleashing a force of destruction never seen before? And therein lies the issue, the subjectivity of it all, the interpretation. Take a good long look, ladies and gentlemen, at the cosmic cavalcade of human history. It's a damned wild ride, and we're all strapped in, holding on for dear life. It's a carousel of creativity and chaos, spinning faster and faster, dragging us all towards something at the edge of time. It's what McKenna, that crazy prophet, called the eschaton. Now you may be sitting there scratching your head wondering what the hell I'm on about. Eschaton? Sounds like a starship from a bad sci-fi movie. But here's the kicker. McKenna wasn't talking about aliens or intergalactic wars. He was talking about the end of time, the grand finale, the ultimate climax of human history. But what happens at the end? Is it an everlasting constant, a dead end? Or is it infinite novelty, a point where reality becomes so wild, so unpredictable it's beyond our comprehension? That's the question, my friends. And perhaps, just perhaps, the answer lies not in trying to measure the wave, but in riding it, in living it, in being part of the process, the dance, the endless journey towards the unknown. So instead of trying to make sense of this eschaton, let's keep moving. Let's keep discovering, let's keep dancing. McKenna might have given us a term for the end, but remember, the end is not the point. The journey, the ride, the dance towards the unknown, that's what really matters. And how did he come to this mind-boggling revelation? The TimeWave theory, of course. He took the I Ching, the ancient Chinese book of changes, flipped it on its head, and turned it into a time map. And on this map he pinpointed a 0 point. A moment in time where everything, absolutely everything, comes to a screeching halt. But what happens at this 0 point? What awaits us at the end of time? According to McKenna, it's either a state of never-ending constancy or infinite novelty. Imagine that for a second. A moment where everything either freezes in place or spirals into a whirlwind of unending change. It's a tantalizing concept, isn't it? Terrifying, perhaps, but exhilarating too. It's like staring into the abyss and finding the abyss is staring right back, challenging us, daring us to take the plunge. But here's the twist, folks. The real kicker. The 0 point, the eschaton. It's not a fixed moment in time. It's not a predetermined event. It's a potential, a possibility. It's what we make of it. And that's where the magic happens. That's where the real dance begins. Let's chew on the word eschaton a bit more. It's Greek for the last, an apt moniker if there ever was one, considering we're talking about the end of time here. But here's the rub. Does time ever really end? Look at the Hindus with their yugas, their cycles of creation and destruction, rebirth and renewal. Their vision of time isn't a straight line shooting off into oblivion. It's a circle, a cosmic merry-go-round. End leads to beginning, leads to end, over and over again. Then you have religions like Baha'i, suggesting each epoch, each cataclysm, is just another layer of the divine onion being peeled back. Another piece of the cosmic puzzle falling into place. And in the West, well, we've always had a flair for the dramatic. We love our doomsday prophecies, our apocalyptic predictions. So what's the message here? What's the takeaway from all this esoteric babble mixed with cultural beliefs and the different ideas of time and ending? Simple, really. Life's not about reaching the eschaton, that predicted end. It's not about sprinting towards the ultimate climax. It's about the journey. It's about navigating the tumultuous waves of time, about dancing in the storm, about embracing the chaos and the creativity, the novelty and the constancy, within the cyclic nature of existence itself. It's about staring into the abyss and laughing. It's about spinning a yarn, telling a story, adding a verse to the grand cosmic poem, regardless of where we are in the cycle. Here's to the journey, folks. Here's to the dance. Let's make it one for the ages. Let's make it novel as we explore the layers of our own cosmic onion. It's an obsession, really, a macabre fixation on the end. Maybe it's a reflection of our own mortality, our fear of the inevitable. We see our own end looming, and so we project that onto the world. But when we talk about the end, what are we really talking about? The end of us? The end of all life? The end of existence itself? And if so, what does that even look like? McKenna's eschaton isn't so much a prediction as it is a term of convenience, a conceptual placeholder. It's not the end per se, but a shift into something unfamiliar, something novel. And let's be honest, folks, novelty is the spice of life. It's the unknown, the unexpected, the undiscovered. It's the fuel that fires our engines, that drives us forward. And when you start to view the eschaton, not as an ending but as an ultimate novelty, well, it changes things, doesn't it? Time becomes a living, breathing entity, folding and unfolding upon itself, increasing in complexity and novelty with each passing moment. Like our own lives, starting slow and simple, and accelerating as we age. The old folks, they used to believe Dad was king of the castle, the big man on campus, if you will. So naturally, when they looked up to the heavens, they saw the Almighty as a towering figure with a big old bushy beard. But times, they are a-changing. Power's shifting, and who's to say if we won't soon be praying to a deity in a skirt? Just goes to show how our understanding of the universe is shaped by the culture we're marinated in. Life, you see, it starts slow, then it speeds up, like a film reel spinning out of control. That's just the human condition. Childhood crawls, adulthood sprints. We apply that understanding to everything around us, subjectively painting our own grand portrait of reality. And if you apply that same concept to the universe, what do you get? A cosmic symphony of change and growth, complexity and novelty. From the slow churn of the primordial soup to the breakneck pace of modern life, it's all just part of the dance, folks. So, what's this transcendental object at the end of time that McKenna talks about? It's death, folks. It's the end of the line, the last stop on the journey. It's what every religion, every mythology wrestles with. The big question, what's after the end? Or perhaps the real question isn't when is the end, but what comes next? What new novelty awaits us on the horizon? Because let me tell you, folks, if the universe is anything, it's a damn fine storyteller. And I can't wait to see what it's got up its sleeve. Now let's throw another wrench into this machine. What if what we consider novel, transformative, is all just subjective? Did the discovery of the internet really shake the universe to its core? Did World War I make the raccoons change their hunting patterns? We've got this grand tapestry of imagination that we've woven. These collective stories and concepts we use to interpret and understand our world. Language, the building block of this collective imagination, is our way to touch the minds of those who came before us. We're dipping our toes into the stream of collective consciousness, connecting with ideas that have existed for centuries. But in doing so, how can we define what's novel? How do we figure out where to lay our markers on this map of time and change? Change, you see, is the only constant. It's the force driving the universe forward. So, let's not fight it, but embrace it. Let's lay ourselves bare to the currents of time, ready to ride the wave of change wherever it may lead. Look at McKenna's novelty wave. It's a beautiful blend of ancient mysticism, philosophy, and modern science. It's a testament to our ability to evolve, to take old ideas and breathe new life into them. It's a shining beacon of hope, a promise of what can be achieved when we dare to dream, to innovate. This is the true power of novelty, of innovation. Look at the world around us. Our planet's choking on plastic, and then along comes a team of bright sparks, harnessing the power of fungi to create biodegradable alternatives. Bam! Problem solved. The world's full of challenges, sure, but it's also brimming with creativity, with novelty, with the potential for change. So as we stand on this dizzying precipice of possibility, let's not look down, but rather, let's crane our necks skyward. Let's take in the vast expanse of the cosmos with all its mystery, its complexity, its sheer bloody brilliance. Let's remember that despite it all, we are part of this cosmic dance, a speck in the grand tapestry of existence. We've come a long way, my friends, from staring into the fire to navigating by the stars, to harnessing the power of the atom, and now even taming the relentless surge of nature to create biodegradable alternatives. We've crawled, walked, ran, and are now poised to leap into an unknown filled with potential for novelty. So let's embrace it, folks. Let's welcome the new, let's dance with the novel. Because when we do, we're capable of creating a future brighter than anything we could ever imagine. And it is in that leap, my friends, where the magic happens, where old melds with new, where science waltzes with mysticism, where our collective imagination spirals into the future, creating ripples that will echo through the ages. So let's leap, let's dare, let's dream. For in the end, the only limit to our novelty, to our creativity, is the breadth and depth of our imagination. And given the vast expanse of the human mind, I'd say we're just getting started. And as the sun sets on this rambling discourse of mine, remember this: we are the architects of our future. So let's make it a damn good one, shall we? Here's to the novel, to the new, to the extraordinary. Let's set sail into the uncharted waters of tomorrow and greet whatever comes our way with a hearty laugh and open arms. After all, we're made of stardust, baby, and it's time we started acting like it.